Hello, and welcome to episode 2. This is the Hello, It's Me, IAmKNicole podcast, and I am your host, Kori Nicole, and I'm so excited. It's episode 2. So up first, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of recap what has happened since the last podcast episode. We celebrated the launch of my podcast, and I'm so excited. It was just so crazy to actually have this thing up and out for the world to listen to see for a whole week. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of the love and the support on the first episode. I'm just obsessed with everything about the podcast right now, the setup, the cover, everything. I just love it. So shout out to Devin Gaston Productions for producing the show. Other than that, today, my new collection, the Queen collection, has launched to Smudge Cosmetics. So I'm very excited about this collection. I hope you guys have seen my most recent YouTube video. I talked all about the collection, the packaging, because I now have custom packaging. So this is a huge milestone for Smudge Cosmetics. Printed tubes and custom boxes. Like, it's just so sleek. I love it. So clean. The designs are so clean, so minimal. So make sure you check out the Queen collection, you guys. I always have my website and everything linked down below. And what else have I been doing? I've just been doing my normal day-to-day routine. I've been working on orders. I'm now accepting wholesale orders again. So I've been keeping myself really busy with that. And just working on planning future collections, new items that I'm going to be launching to Smudge, working on body products. I have new lashes coming. So there's just a lot of exciting things happening right now. So I can't wait to see what else is going to be happening. And now we're going to move into talking about our topics. So I'm really excited because today I have a special guest in the building. I have my friend Sorenna here, aka That's Sorenna on YouTube.
Hey everybody, it's me.
Thanks for being here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you so that my viewers and my listeners can get a little bit of insight about who you are before we move on.
Okay. So my name is Sorenna. I have the channel named That's Sorenna on YouTube. Kind of like a spinoff of That's So Raven, but not really. Kind of cheesy, but that's just how we are here.
I love that. That's just how we are here, period. Okay.
And then I have a collection, which is also a spinoff of my channel, which is the That's So collection. We sell lashes, sunglasses, and lash applicators right now, but eventually we're going to branch into other things. But yeah, that pretty much sums up what I have going on right now.
Yes, this is one of my girl boss friends. Okay. I love surrounding myself with people like you because I just feel like I need someone that's going to keep me on my toes too. You know, we got to have those people in our circle that are kind of like doing similar things so that we can have things to talk about. You know, it just makes it more fun.
Definitely.
But yeah, so today we're just going to be talking a little bit about entrepreneur life because we both are living this life. So I know we have a lot of things to talk about. And the main reasons why I wanted to have you here for episode 2 is one, because you just hit 1,000 on YouTube.
Yes,
and that is a huge milestone.
Okay.
So make sure you guys check out her YouTube channel because it's a little bit of everything. You see a little bit of entrepreneur life. You see a little bit of like lifestyle wellness. You see a little bit of just vlogging, beauty, makeup. You see a little bit of everything. So it's kind of similar to, you know, what we do over here. So make sure you check out her YouTube channel. I'm not kidding.
Thank
Okay. And then the other reason is because I admire your drive and your consistency. And I feel like we can talk about consistency because really that's the main key when you're an entrepreneur. So I feel like we're going to have a fun chat today about just our lives in general because I know I'm all over the place, but at least I can have somebody that relates to being all over the place because I feel like sometimes it's just me and I'm like, I can't be the only one. So I have some questions. I just been thinking about a lot of different things, and trying to figure out how I can use this platform with the podcast to kind of inspire other people. Because there's a lot of young girls that follow me, and they're always saying how much they look up to me, and they're just like looking to me for the answers. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I am learning as I go. I can give a little bit of insight, but I don't have all the answers. So I feel like, you can hear my experience, but also to hear it from somebody else that's kind of doing something similar, but maybe something a little bit different might benefit them. So first things first, let's talk about entrepreneur life, period. Like, why did you choose to be an entrepreneur of all things? Like, there's so many different ways that we could have went in life, but why did you choose that?
Absolutely. So I've always been like artistic, creative. I've always known I wanted to go down that lane. I just
Yeah.
never knew how to pursue it because,
Hmm.
back in the day, YouTube, it wasn't a thing.
Right. No, it wasn't.
And people would just like they found out that you can make money off of it, and they found out that you can make money out of doing things that you're actually passionate about. That's
Right.
not normally what your parents teach you, is by
Hmm.
the book, what you want to go by. But, I've always been a daring child going against everything. So I was like, no, I'm going to see about this because I feel like, I have something to offer. And so I just started, going down the rabbit hole in YouTube trying to figure out what can I do to just get my name out there. Because
Yeah.
at first I was a makeup artist.
Okay.
Yes. And I
Wow.
worked with a photographer personally. So whenever someone booked a shoot with him, I would do the makeup for the girls.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
That's cool though.
Ugh, it's stressful.
I can understand how that can be stressful. Like, you gotta be on call. Like, whenever someone books, I need you. Like, okay.
Oh yeah. And I just didn't like that the inconsistency, like something could cancel and then that's it. Yeah, you got the
Yeah.
deposit, but the deposit's not gonna pay my rent.
Right.
So I stopped doing that for a while and then I went back to working, but I was in
Mhm.
a call center position and like 2 months in I got like promoted and I was a manager.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
Wow.
always knew I wanted to be a boss, but I didn't like that setting. So
Mhm.
then I was like, okay, we're going back to the drawing board. And then I always had my YouTube channel, but I didn't take it serious at all until last year. And
Mhm.
then I created a schedule and now I'm consistent with it. And here we are now. And then that's when I was like, well, I want another stream of income and I still want to create something that's attached to my name. Cause digital it's nice, but some people like stuff that's, like, tangible in
Yeah,
their hand,
for sure.
and that's how that Sew collection was created.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, I feel like some people like I feel like I have a story kind of similar to that, but for me it was only different because both of my parents are entrepreneurs. So
Mhm,
it was kind of like, okay, I grew up in this environment with seeing my parents doing their own thing, and I just thought that that was what I had to do,
mhm.
even though I had the choice to do whatever I wanted to. My parents did not pressure me into this at all, but I just wanted to be like them. I'm like, this is what seems right. They're doing their own thing. I want to do my own thing too. So that's kind of how that whole thing got started. I always knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but when I was younger, I feel like I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
And I was into fashion. I was really, really into fashion. I was always like cutting up my clothes. I would get in so much trouble. Like, my mom would literally come home with like brand new clothes, like jeans and stuff, and I would take the
You
scissors
trying to distress it
and cut,
and
and she would be like, "Girl, I just bought
I just paid for
that."
these. Yeah.
Like,
And you're
we
like, "It's
weren't
stylish,
thrifting. Yeah,
mom."
no. Like, paying full price for me to just cut stuff up, and it was just I mean, that's just what I wanted to do. I didn't wanna wear the clothes how I was supposed to wear them. I wanted to make them more fun, more interesting.
More to you, yeah.
Right, like, this is not I was like, "It's cute, but I could make it cuter," you know what I'm saying? So, I would be cutting clothes up. I was playing in bleach at a young age, okay, bleaching jeans and doing all kind of stuff. So, I feel like my parents were looking at me like, "Okay, yeah, she's gonna do something with fashion." And I just decided, like, I did not want to sew. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't like the concept of the sewing machine, like, I don't wanna be bothered with it." And that is how I kind of fell into crocheting. And I was like on YouTube, and there was this video that popped up, and it was just like, oh, like how to make a scarf or something like that.
mhm.
And that's what I started out with. I was making scarves, I was making blankets, and then I was just thinking about it. I'm like, dang, like, could I make an outfit? And that's when
And
I
you
was just
sure
like,
do, honey.
I was like, could I make something that I could actually wear? And this was like in what, 2015, I think. And I was just always on my computer. That's kind of when I started getting into YouTube, like getting into these YouTubers, because there were YouTube, like they were doing it back then. It just wasn't so mainstream. Yeah.
Yes,
So I'm
yes.
like, I started seeing people like doing makeup tutorials, and I found a tutorial on like how to make a crochet top. And I was like, oh, this is cute. Let me try that out.
Right.
So that was like how this whole thing started. And then I was seeing just like regular everyday people on YouTube making videos every single week. And I'm just like, this is so cool. I want to do this. Like, I modeled when I was younger. I was dancing, I was cheering, I was doing all kind of stuff. So I kind of always liked to be the center of attention. So I was like, this would be so cool if I could sit down and like film videos of me doing my makeup and, you know, doing my hair or whatever. So that's how my YouTube channel came about. I cringe when I go back and look at my first YouTube video.
Mine are unlisted.
No, I like to see the journey, and I want you guys to be able to see the journey as
like
well,
some,
unfortunately.
But the real cringy ones, unlisted. I can't.
My first one is still up. It's very cringy. So I'm like, you know, that's how all of that started. And here we are. I mean, it's just so crazy to think about the journey and to go back and look at where you started. I mean, it was so bad. Like, I didn't even have a camera. I was filming on an iPhone 4. I had no tripod. I was using shoe boxes. Like,
get how you living, honey. Make it work for you.
And that's how we are here. So I try to let people know, like, you're looking at me now because I'm in a position to where you think I've quote unquote made it. I haven't gotten to the place that I want to be at, but I had to start somewhere. I feel like people look at us and they're like, dang, I want to be like her. And they try to like jump off the cliff. And I'm like, you got to start somewhere. And you have to understand that you have to start somewhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
there's no shortcut.
Literally. You got to go through all the motions. Yeah. I try to let people know you got to go through all the motions. So what's one of your favorite things about being an entrepreneur?
I think being able to give myself like a goal and then being able to reach it. Yeah. I like having that control. Okay. I don't, you know, when somebody else tells you to do something, you're like, okay, I'll just do it. It's like a task. Yeah. You know, but when I'm setting my own goals, it's like really a challenge. Like, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to hit. And then I do it. And I'm like, oh, wow, I did that. And it just feels better. Yeah. When you set that goal for yourself. That's my favorite part.
Okay. Yeah. For me, I feel like it's really the process, like growing something from the ground up and just like going, like just starting from something and making it here now. And I'm like, I look back and I'm like, dang, I really started out doing scarves and blankets. Then I had to learn like how to actually make clothes. How do I measure to do this? How do I figure out what the silhouette needs to be like? This is not traditional sewing. This is not traditional fashion. So how can I learn this? Like, there weren't that many people doing it back then. So I really had to study. I'm like, I'm reading books. I'm on YouTube because I'm self-taught. So I'm like, I feel like just going through the struggles, honestly, and seeing the growth and going through it and just the growing process. Because it's like once you get somewhere like where we are now, we're celebrating all of our accomplishments. But I feel like it wouldn't be something to celebrate if we didn't work hard for it.
Absolutely. So then you look back, you're like, oh, I remember that day.
Like, yeah. I'm like, I think that growing something from the ground up is definitely my favorite part about being an entrepreneur. I do like the flexibility. I do like, you know, setting goals and being in control. Like, I can decide what I want to do. If I want to do something new, if I want to change something, you know, I have that full power to do that and to just learn along the way. So I feel like it's just really the journey that I like. I like to tell my story. I like to think about, you know, where I started and how far I've come now. So yeah. What are some of the obstacles that you faced? This is something that I feel like a lot of people, you know, they don't see that part. They don't see the part where we're struggling all the time. You know, we share some things, but not everything. So I feel like they always want to know the tea. Right. And I'm like, okay, that's what the podcast is for. We can talk about it here. I mean, I don't always include stuff like that in my YouTube videos.
Right. I think the biggest obstacles right now is COVID, obviously. Right. Because like certain vendors, like they're taking forever to deliver things, or they promise it on one day and then you're sitting there waiting, it doesn't come, or it comes damaged, you have to start over again. Yeah. That's even worse.
Oh, girl, Triggered, instantly triggered. I just got triggered. That I was so upset because I had just ordered lashes. Like I restocked all my lashes and everything. And in the process of me doing that, I'm like communicating with my vendor. We're going back and forth. I'm letting her know how many of each thing I need. And so I submitted the payment and everything. And then it was like after I submitted the payment, she's like, oh, those lash boxes are actually out of stock.
So why did you allow me to check out?
I was like so livid. When I tell you, I was so mad because I'm like, we just did so much back and forth to make sure that everything was solid and set in stone. You understood, I understood. And then you tell me that the boxes are out of stock. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. She's like, they had another box. So it was the same box, but it had a mirror inside of it. So I was just like, okay, so it's still my holographic box. It's cute. And you just added something on. So usually the mirrored box would be more expensive. So that's why I was just like, okay, so maybe this kind of is like a one up for me.
Kind of a compromise. But still good in your book, yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. Girl, I waited for these lashes. I got these lashes in. And 2 of the boxes had broken mirrors.
I'd cry.
I think when I tell you I was so mad, you know those moments where you just get so upset that you literally cry. I was
and can't even say anything. You're just like
upset. And I'm just like, thank God it's only 2 boxes, but inventory is inventory. Like every piece matters. Every piece is accounted for in the budget and everything. So I'm just like, what am I supposed to do with 2 broken boxes? When I didn't even ask for mirrors in the first place.
Yes.
Like, I was so upset. So I relate to that. COVID has been a huge learning experience, I feel like, as an entrepreneur, especially. And I feel like some of my obstacles have been related to like my processing times, like trying to do stuff in a timely manner and how to deal with being overwhelmed and how to manage my time. Cause I'm like, I kind of like blew up. Like I got a little bit of recognition. What am I trying to say? Recognition.
Yes.
I got a little bit of recognition. Girl, can't even talk right. So excited. I got a little bit of recognition when, this whole thing happened. And that's the part that I'm just like, I can't believe that this happened during this time.
Pandemic. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, I thought things were gonna slow down. I'm freaking out. Like I got laid off from my job. I don't know what's gonna happen next because I felt like people didn't need lip gloss at this time.
I felt like people didn't need lashes.
Yeah.
Or sunglasses if they're in the house.
Yeah. So I'm like,
I guess they're getting cute to go to the living room, honey.
They're still buying it. So I'm like, I kind of, started getting more orders during this time. So I honestly did not know what I was doing. I'm like, I was doing wholesale. I had my regular orders and everything. So I was just all over the place. At one point, I had like 150 unfulfilled orders and I was like pulling my hair out. I'm like, this is not how I'm going to be able to live my life.
I told you, and I was like, she is getting it. Okay.
She is overwhelmed.
Better than me.
She's overwhelmed. And I was just like, girl, what are you going to do? I'm like, how do I balance my time? How do I manage my time? How do I manage these orders? So I feel like that's kind of the main obstacle that I face. I mean, and everybody's like, this is good stress to have. And I'm like, no, not when your customers are angry. Like you don't want people to go online and start saying stuff, or you don't want people to feel like they don't want to shop with you again. I'm like, this is not good stress to have. I want people to be able to order and get their stuff in a timely manner, or I need to figure out, a system and let people know like this is how long it's going to take to process so that they know what to expect.
Right.
So that was like a huge obstacle that I feel like I had to overcome. And in doing that, there was a whole bunch of stuff that I had to do. I had to stop doing wholesale for a while and really like catch up on orders because I'm like, I was accumulating like thousands of tubes in a day.
Ouch.
I can't fill 1,000 tubes in one day. I'm like, if 10 people order in one day and everybody orders 100 tubes, wholesale.
You have arthritis. Yes.
Literally. Carpal tunnel. Trying to fill all these tubes. So I had to really balance everything. And I've been talking on my YouTube channel a lot lately about balance. Like this is something that I've been working on. Everyone's like, how do I do this? How do I balance work and school? I'm like, girl.
You make time for what you need to make time for.
Right. And I'm like, I don't sleep sometimes. And that's just the sacrifice that you have to make sometimes. So I'm like, I'm trying to be open and transparent with y'all, but I don't be sleeping sometimes.
Right.
Even though it's not healthy, I'm like, when stuff has to get done, when, collections have to drop on this day at a certain time, I be up. We be up editing videos. We be up
Mhm.
doing all kind of stuff. So
You're in the
that's
middle of
just,
doing something else and
yeah,
doing something else at the same time.
multitasking, doing the most. But you just got to do what you got to do. And I think that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur. You kind of learn how to juggle a lot of different things because you wear all the hats. Like,
Mhm.
you got to do everything.
I saw this post and it was like, I quit my 9 to 5, but now I work at 12 to 12. I was like, no, seriously, 24 hours.
Literally
I can get up to use the restroom in the middle of the night. I'm checking my notifications. Like,
trying to see what's
it's
going on.
serious. Like,
And it's just like
responding to
I'm
comments. Like,
programmed, Every time I open my phone, I check my email. I'm like, girl, you're not supposed to be responding to emails right now.
you got to, because over there in China, they are awake.
Yeah.
It's not their time over there. That's when I get most of my hair
Oh yeah.
hair emails.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yes, respond. Go back to sleep.
Oh yeah. I talk to a lot of my vendors through WhatsApp, so I always check that for sure. But like, it'd be like 12, and I'm sitting here checking my emails. I'm like, girl, first of all, it's the weekend. What you doing? I'm like, I'm just so programmed into it. So I feel like that's another thing that I've been working on, like trying to figure out how to turn it off. Because at one point I was like stressed to the limit. Like I
Right.
needed to stop. I needed to sit down. I needed to
You need
just
some me time. Yeah.
take a day to
definitely.
do nothing. So what are some things that you wish you knew in the beginning when you first started? Because I feel like we have so much knowledge now that we wish we had then.
Oh yeah. Well, one thing, I do this new thing with
Mhm.
my shipping. So I use Pirate Ship now. I attach
Oh.
it to my Shopify
Uh-huh.
so that it cuts down on cost for shipping for me.
Okay.
Because if you're just buying one pair of lashes and I'm paying the same price that you would pay out of my pocket for if you're buying 3 pairs of lashes, you see what I'm saying? It cuts down on the price
Okay.
for me because
Right.
then that doesn't make any sense. The
Mhm.
lashes are only $8. So
Mhm.
why am I paying $4 out of that 8 that you just paid? You see what I'm saying? You're
Mhm.
paying $8 for lashes. I'm giving up $4 of that to pay for your shipping.
Right.
Doesn't
So
even
you
make
don't charge
sense.
shipping on your website?
I
don't
do
remember.
now.
Oh, I was like, I don't remember because
No, I
I
do
placed my
now.
order. I just go like add to cart, checkout. I don't know. I just confirm.
Yeah, I do now.
It's my girl.
I think it's
Confirm.
like $275
Okay.
now. It's not that high. Yeah.
Mhm. Well, shipping. That's an interesting topic because I'm
Mhm.
just like, it costs money to ship things.
Oh, yes.
I feel like people don't know that, and they're always like, "Oh, she's charging too much for shipping." When most
I
of the
didn't know.
time, I actually come out of my pocket a few dollars
Mhm.
for shipping.
And I didn't know that at first.
Mhm.
I really just thought the shipping was just going to the person and they just take it to the post office.
Oh yeah.
I'm
No.
I'm just paying you to take it to the post office. Now that I
No.
am behind the website, it's
Mhm.
so different.
Yeah.
But as a consumer, you don't think, okay, well, what does this person have to do? I'm just thinking you packing it up.
No.
Oh, I know now.
I'm like, no. I get so frustrated because I see people's comments and they're like, "Why is the shipping this price? Why did it?" I'm like, "Whoa."
I'm like, ask
You are so
USPS.
loud. Like, you don't even know how much it costs.
Right.
Like, have you actually? And I'm like, I'm shipping lip gloss. I'm doing wholesale containers, 32 ounce this, 32 ounce that. I'm like, my packages are so heavy
Heavy. Yes.
and valuable.
Yes.
So I'm like, not only do I have a huge box, but it weighs 10 pounds.
Yes.
And I have insurance on it.
Yes.
Girl.
Insurance is not cheap either.
No. I'm like, I'm trying to protect you and me. So that's why I'm like, I had to raise my shipping prices. I had to really sit down and analyze, like, okay, this is what we need to do for shipping because we're not about to play those games at all. Period.
What do you wish you would have known?
What do I wish I would have known? I wish that I would have known. I mean, now I have like a whole system of how we make lip gloss. So I really cut down a lot of time. So really, I wish I would have known like how to maximize my formula because back then I had made a formula for like small batches.
Right.
And it took me a long time to be like, girl, what is with the small batch? You gonna keep doing small batches or we gonna figure out how to make this?
Yes,
How to
yes.
make this in a larger batch so that I don't have to, keep mixing and mixing and
Right.
mixing every single
I
time.
remember that. I remember that in your vlogs with the paper with the paper
Yes.
with the paper
Every
bowls.
time.
Yes.
I'm lucky now that I have my mom. She makes all the lip gloss. Like me personally, like I physically don't mix lip gloss anymore.
Oh, that's a great
Amazing.
relief. Yes.
I do it whenever, I give my mom a day off or something. Or if she can't come in today, it's like, okay, cool. But my mom knows everything about the lip gloss. She knows how to make it. So she's doing all of that. I'm filling tubes, and just, doing other miscellaneous things. I do everything else. Like my mom focuses on the mixing and I focus on everything else. So back then, just knowing like, okay, know your product. Like lip gloss is actually good to store. Like if you have an airtight container, it's good to store for a good amount of time. So I'm thinking, no, I want to make a fresh batch every time.
Every
I'm
time.
like, girl, you
That's
wasting
very
time.
time consuming.
You wasting time. So
It's sweet though.
Yeah.
Sweet thought.
It's just, I wish I would have known more about these kind of things, how to maximize my time, how to maximize my product and save my hands a little bit. But that's okay. Because you live and you learn. And you gotta go through the struggle a little bit so that you can appreciate when you actually get somewhere where you don't gotta be stressed out all the time. So this is a topic that everyone always asks me. Like I get this question maybe like twice a week, I would think. How do you get through the days when you don't get any orders? How do we make it through those days?
I just carry on.
Exactly.
I got other stuff going on.
Like they're so sad and they don't want to do this anymore because they hit one bad day. And I'm just trying to emphasize, I'm like, everybody has these days. Like all go through. I go through the same thing.
Yeah.
Where I'm at right now.
But that's okay.
That doesn't mean quit.
No, that just means go harder.
Go harder.
What can you do different?
Yeah.
What can you market better? Should you update something else? The quality of what you're putting out. See what works better for your audience based off of what they react to, be more engaging on your social media, stuff like that.
Yeah. For me, I always be like, what's the product shots looking like? I mean, we're trying to sell products online. So it's really important that everything looks appealing.
Clean, nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like your pictures really gotta sell it.
I should be able to read what's in your picture, yes.
That part. That part. Okay. And sometimes I see pictures and I'm just like, I don't even understand like how we even took this picture.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing like phones nowadays have better quality. Yeah, better quality and everything. So I'm like, you don't even have to have a camera or anything to really get a good product shot. I'm like, I did a whole collection with just my iPhone.
And it was bomb.
Maximize your resources. Utilize those resources. At the end of the day, everybody goes through those hard days. Like when you first start a business, you're going to have those days where you don't get orders or, you might post something and it doesn't get the amount of likes that you wanted to get. But that doesn't mean quit.
And that doesn't mean anyone's not looking at it.
Right.
People can look at your stuff all the time
and not
double tap it.
Check your insights, girl.
Check that reach. And use your hashtags.
Please use hashtags. Please do your research on the market. Like what hashtags are best for you? Figure it out and post multiple times a day. We did learn that too.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We did learn that. We got to post a lot. All right. So one thing about you are the consistent queen out here.
Thank you, ma'am.
YouTube and Instagram people. Okay. 2 Instagrams. Okay. 2 Instagrams and a YouTube. So what are some things that keep you motivated? Like how do you push through every single day to like be on social media? I mean, I aspire. I post every day to Smudge, yes, but I don't have to be in those pictures. I'm posting pictures of products and things like that. But to post on YouTube, we got to get in front of the camera, film the content, and then we got to get in front of the camera, get the Instagram content too. What keeps you going?
Well, first of all, I'm not taking a picture every day. That's the tea.
Mhm.
One day I might take 3 pictures so that the
Right.
next 3 days I don't have to go outside.
Literally, that's what
Because
I was
some
doing.
days I do not want to put on makeup every day.
Mhm.
And if you watch my vlogs, you would know that.
Right.
Yikes.
Yikes, not yikes.
But
This is who we are.
that's just how we are here.
Period.
No, seriously. I just back in the day, like
Mhm.
before I decided I'm posting every day,
Right.
I was posting color theme
Oh God.
for a while.
I'm
And then I
stressed
was like,
already.
I am stressed.
I'm stressed already. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh God.
That was stressing me out, having 6 rows or 4 rows, I think that's what I was doing, of the same color,
Mhm.
just carrying on into the next picture, next day, next outfit.
Yeah.
To the point where now I'm buying clothes to fit the theme because I don't have that many. It was just too much. So I said, you know
Yeah.
what? I see, famous, quote unquote famous people on
Mhm.
Instagram that are getting verified and they post just
Whatever.
regular
Yes.
whatever.
This is what I'm doing
Right?
today. That's it.
So I said, okay, so it's just the consistency that brings the people, knowing that you're gonna come through and when you're gonna come through. That's when I started seeing the growth on my YouTube channel too. Like when I said,
Mm.
okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 5, I'll be there.
Right.
So then it turned into 5 o'clock, no, 1 o'clock on my Instagram. It was 1 o'clock every day in the month of August.
Mhm.
Picture
And
has to
you
go
did
out.
that.
I did it.
You did that. I actually did that last year. That was my challenge last year. My first challenge was to not wear any makeup the whole summer.
That's
So I
good.
did like a fresh face summer, and I promise you, my skin has never thrived so much within a couple months. So that was my first goal. And then my other goal was to post a picture every single day.
And the engagement went up.
It did. And, it kind of allowed me to tap back into fashion because it's like I used to use my Instagram just to post about, what I'm doing, updates or whatever.
Mhm.
I feel like my Instagram has went through so many different transitions because back in high school, it was like, okay, we were posting whatever back then.
Right.
Anything goes back then. And then
Ooh.
I kind of went into like posting, okay, this is what I'm doing now. And then I just went ghost for like a couple months.
Right.
That was not a good idea. But, I did it every single day. And that's why when you said you were doing it, I was like, I know what that's like.
Man.
I know what that's like. But yeah, I definitely was last summer. I was like, yeah, we're shooting 5 outfits today, actually. So I'm just going to change,
You gotta change
multiple times.
wigs.
And it was
change
hot because it's the summer. So like, it's the same thing. Now it's just hot.
Like
But
same face, different wig, different. You'll never
hello.
know. It's fine.
You will different location.
Look, different location.
It's a whole new day. What you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's really good. I feel like I'm getting to a point now where I have a set YouTube schedule and I'm happy because I'm actually
I'm liking
sticking to it.
I'm liking it.
I'm
like
not letting
notification. Hello.
Yes, I'm not letting life get in the way, and you just really make time for things that you want to do and you just do it and you stop making excuses about it. I'm like, I started my YouTube channel with the intention that I wanted to grow an audience. I wanted to be consistent, and that's just what we're going to do. That's just how we are here. Period. What she said. Okay. I love that though. And then we should talk about a little bit of balance too with being an entrepreneur and being a content creator because I feel like the two it kind of goes hand in hand
Kind of.
a little bit.
They're kind of different.
They're different though. They have their differences. So how is that for you? Like, do you have certain days where you really just work on your business or do you do multiple things in one day? I found out for me, like trying to film, edit, and do all of that the same day that I'm working on orders wasn't really going to work for me. I got real overwhelmed real quick. Cause by the time I get done with lip gloss, I'm like, I quit for today. I gotta rest a little bit and recharge. So I was trying to, I'm gonna do lip gloss, early in the day, get home by like 3 p.m. and then work on YouTube. And that just was not working out for me. But I'm curious to know like how you balance it. I mean, you're not making products, so it might be a little bit easier, but
A little, just a little.
yeah.
So when my inventory comes in
Mhm.
that day, boom, it's straight just
Getting
inventory.
it together.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's already in the packaging with the stickers, with the labels. Everything's already done. So that when I get an order, I just put it in everything is set up in the room.
Pack and ship.
Confetti, poly mailer, scale. Next.
Yeah.
And it just goes into the little bin and that's it. It goes out that day.
That's nice.
Now with and I don't take it to the post office. My boyfriend does.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not going to the post office.
Devin, did you hear that? Hello? Hey, Devin, are you here? Where's your mic? Oh, okay, look. Did you hear that? Okay, good. No, I'm kidding. That's honestly very good though. What'd you say?
What are you talking about?
Did you hear that?
I heard it.
She doesn't take the packages. Her boyfriend does.
I hope.
Oh,
What
you
you trying to say?
you want to?
What you trying to say?
I think I need to update his job description. You know? No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. He definitely helps me get the packages to the post office because it's so many boxes and they're huge. So if I didn't have his help, I would be looking crazy trying to go. But yeah, no, that's cool. I like the idea of a station, like 1, 2, 3, done. Because my life is not like that right now.
Oh yeah, I used to just run all around the room. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah,
I was like, I need order. I would literally scream in the middle of the room like, I need organization. My wife was like, just organize it. I'm like, you're right.
You're absolutely right.
But then I film, like vlogs get filmed over the weekend when I'm not doing anything. But orders are always prioritized over YouTube, always. Because I don't know. It doesn't take me that long to edit a video. Surprisingly. Because, my editing situation. But it doesn't take me that long.
So I don't want anyone else to be like, I don't have this. I don't have that. Like, we just got to stop making excuses, okay? Like, this girl gets it done no matter what. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. We're not even going to talk about it because, nope. She gets it done no matter what. And that's the kind of mindset and mentality that you need to have because when you're an entrepreneur, you just have to get it done. No questions asked. But I think that's cool. I would love to see your shipping station. Give me a little bit of inspo.
Okay, I'll send it to you when I get home.
Give me a little inspo on how to set mine up, okay? Because listen, I have a room with all my boxes and everything, all my business cards. I don't really use confetti, but I have bubble wrap and bubble mailers and just stuff all over the place. So I feel like I'm shipping so many different things that I really have to think about, okay, this is what I'm going to put in this box. We're going to use a bubble mailer for this. So it's not as smooth sailing for me, but it still gets done. And it's still cute.
It is.
I like it.
I'm like, when is it in my mailbox?
Place your orders, people.
Okay. Smudge
Cosmetics. And That's So Collection. Period. Down below. Get your lashes. I actually have her lashes on today.
Okay. And I got the lip gloss on always.
Lashes now. You got to get into the lashes. We ain't got nowhere to go, but we filming content. We need the lashes.
Yep. Selfies on the ground with the gloss.
You know what?
Period.
Yeah, I just got to take some selfies when we get done with this. I'm like, I need to post some more. So who are the people that you look up to? You literally watch so many YouTubers.
No, I watch a lot of people.
I'm like, dang, I watch like 5 people.
Oh, no. I watch a lot of people. And then I watch a lot of smaller YouTubers, right? And they're like, they'll come to my page and be like, oh my God, you watch my videos? And I'm like,
sure do.
Keep it up and I'll keep watching. I literally have the bell on for some of the small ones because I'm like, they go really hard, you know?
Some of them do, for real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember what it was like when I was going hard and nobody was watching. And I'm like, even now, if I get 100 views, I'm like, oh, thank you. But I watch, what do I watch? I watch Kori Nicole. I watch Casey Aaliyah. I watch Aaliyah's Face. I watch Brianna Monique. I watch Naija Simone. I watch.
There's so many.
I watch Bougie Barbie. I watch. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I watch Kayla Cake.
So she has a lot of inspiration.
Yeah.
That's good.
I watch Dope DJ too.
Oh yeah, I always see you post that on your story. Yeah. I mean, there's so many people out here. I feel like I just watch like a little small handful of people.
I watch Kori too though. I got her notifications on.
I watch
on all.
That's Sorenna. I watch. Who else do I watch? I watch Raven Elise. I watch Desi Perkins and Stephen Perkins. I watch I
watch them too.
I watch their whole clan. I just feel like they're so funny to me.
I watch Makeup Shayla. It depends on what she's doing.
Yeah, I watch Shayla, and then I watch. Who else do I watch? I watch Laura Lee. I think that's really it. Like I don't watch that many people. I watch Bougie Barbie. I like Bougie Barbie, so I watch her videos. Who else? Yeah, my list is very slim.
Oh no.
My list is slim.
For me, it's whatever if the title and the thumbnail is on fire and it's in my recommended,
And then you click on it.
I'm gonna click it. Yeah,
Wow.
in my recommended, and then I'm fill you out. I'm gonna watch about 3 videos. If your personality doesn't stick, I'm like,
I was about to say,
no.
I don't know. I just feel like I watch the people that I've been tapped into for a while, I guess. So I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate new people into.
Just go off your recommended. Don't search. Don't look.
Don't look for them.
Just
let them come to you.
Okay? If their tags are right, they'll come to you. It'll say based on, or it'll say on your homepage. Since you watched this,
then you should watch this. Okay, yeah. I mean, I have seen Aaliyah's face. I've seen her videos come up. Oh, I watched Aaliyah J. Okay, I watched Aaliyah J. And Wizard Kelly. I watched both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have seen some people pop up. It just depends on what they're posting. I watched Time the Infamous whenever she posts as well. So yeah, it just depends. But as far as like who's like directly impacted me, my biggest inspiration right now is Raven Elise, just because like she is just doing it. That's just it. Like,
oh, my biggest inspiration is Ashley Devonna. Yeah. Oh, bye.
And they know each other.
Anything? I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah. They're friends.
I think they were in the sisterhood back in the day.
They're friends.
But yeah, I've been watching her since I could watch anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Tapped in.
I'm so tapped in. I'm like, I've been here since the beginning. I feel like you are very close to me. That's how I feel.
That's how I feel. And if I seen her in person, I'd be like, hey, I'm an A-lister.
Girl.
But I wouldn't walk over there. I'd be like, hey.
The first
from
time
across the room.
I saw this girl in real life, I almost had a heart attack.
I saw your video about it. And I was like, she's better than me. You got a whole picture? I would have been. I would have just been like, you wouldn't believe who I saw.
It was so crazy because I was on the phone with Devin and I screamed. And he's like, what is going on? I was like, I got to call you back. Bye. And I just hung up. And he was like, what? Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Because I literally hung up the phone on him and he was like, what?
I don't know. I feel like I do. Did you FaceTime me or anything? Or?
No, we were on the phone. Like, I had the phone up to my ear and then she walked past me and I was like, what? And then I was like, I gotta go. Bye.
Yeah, I don't know.
Devin, I'm so sorry.
I remember the video.
He remembers the hangout. Yeah.
I almost had a heart attack. And I was just like, dang. I always think about that. I'm like, I want to impact somebody's life.
Me too.
In that way. Like, I want people, I just the feeling that I had of so much happiness. I'm like, I want to bring that to somebody else.
Yeah. And I wonder if they think I'm approachable. I wonder that too. So I like talk about it in my vlogs. Like, do I look like you could walk up to me?
Wow. I've never thought about that.
Oh, think about it.
I've never thought about that. I feel like I am approachable. Well, you see how I be looking in my vlogs. That's how I'm most likely going to look in person.
I thought you were approachable when we first met.
I'm glad you thought that.
Probably because I watched your videos before I met you.
Yeah.
You know, I was supporting you before I watched you. And then when I watched your personality, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
She seems down there. And then you invited me to the grand opening. And I was like, I was kind of nervous though. I ain't gonna lie. Now we're friends, and I'm like, what you nervous about? It's just Kori.
It's just me. Hello, it's me. That now I'm gonna be thinking about that. Like, wow. When I said that, I started thinking about like some of the younger girls that are supporting me right now. I'm like, dang, they would probably flip out if they saw me in real life.
Like in the mall, like
they would probably
you never believe who I
flip
seen.
out. That's crazy.
Would you want them to come up to you?
Yes.
See, but would they?
I hope so.
I hope so too. I hope they don't go home and be like, "Oh my god, I saw you today."
I would hate that. Don't do that.
I'm like, so you should have came up to me.
I would be so mad. Wow. Yeah, no, I don't like those kind of people. Like, dang, I saw you at Walmart today. Oh my god, I love you so much. I'm like,
look, I saw you in your bonnet. Okay, you see it all the time. You can still walk up to me. I still take a picture just like this.
Hello. That's the crazy part, because I was like, when I first saw Raven, we were at SCAD. Like, it was move-in weekend. Her sister went to SCAD and she actually moved into one of the buildings that I was supervising as an RA. So I was just like, this is so crazy how this happened. And they were like sweatpants, hair tied. She had a hat on. She had Zaya in the carrier and everything. She had her slides on. I was like, this girl probably does not even really want to take a picture with me right now to be on the internet looking like this, because she know I'm going to post it. But she was just like, yes, let's take a picture. I was like, oh my God,
And I love when they're nice in person.
Seriously.
Because if they were like a mean girl in person, it'd break my heart and I'd unsubscribe forever.
I've heard some horror stories.
You
I know you have. You watch more people than me. She's definitely heard some horror stories. Yeah. I'm so happy like that the experience went the way it did. And I've met her multiple times in person and it's just the same energy every time. So I'm like, I appreciate influencers.
Same with
like
you
that.
though.
Really?
Same every time.
Yay.
I know what to expect. And if I see anything else, I'm like, what's wrong?
But she knows me by now.
What's wrong?
We've been friends for a short amount of time, but it's like she knows.
It was meant to be. That's
she
all.
knows. Yes. I think so too. That's why I'm like, I have to have you on here to talk about this. Like, you're the perfect person. So, what are your long-term goals for your business? Like, this is the question where, everyone's like, so where do you see yourself in 5 years? I just try to reword it and make it sound better. Maybe not 5 years, but like whatever long-term means to you. So nothing that you're going to accomplish within like the next month or anything. But...
Oh, okay. So, I want a space, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I like where we're going. I like where we're going.
I don't think you think it's going where it's going.
Oh, maybe
so
not.
I want a space, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's still going to be that so, but I want it to be like that's so everything. So like a building that's mine, but has multiple sections and it's for like other entrepreneurs to use.
Oh.
Like a room that you can like film and take pictures in, just in general.
Yeah.
Photographers could use and stuff, but I would pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't, like it's not going to be a stream of income. It's just going to be a space that I pay for.
Right.
So that if you're like a small business or you're like a photographer or something, that would be my space that I'm allowing you to use. But it won't be like a rental. You know how people like make you rent out a booth and stuff? I don't want that. I want it to be like that's so everything and then multiple businesses in there. But the building would be, my thing on it.
Wow, that's cool. That would be like your way of giving back.
Right.
To all the small businesses out there.
That's my plan.
I like that.
And only the people listening to this podcast have heard that.
Your secret is safe with us, right?
Okay.
Look, what happens here stays here, people. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret for us
Tell
only.
Everybody. Be prepared with your businesses and then holla at me.
That is hilarious. So that's your only. That's the big thing that we're working towards. That's the biggest
thing. Yes,
okay.
That's where we're going.
Okay.
What if you get like 100 people to like try to come in at one time?
Well, they would have to book slots, kind of like like Style Seat.
They'll have to book it. They just won't have to pay.
Yeah, they'll book a time.
Got it.
And then it won't be, it won't be available that day.
That sounds like a headache, especially if it's free.
Yeah. But look, a lot of people are gonna want to use it.
I know.
That's the point.
I feel like it could be a marketing opportunity though, for sure.
Definitely.
So it's like, this is who I am. People will gravitate towards you more just for that. Like they'll be like, I want to support her.
Right.
And then they'll buy things.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like that.
Like I'll have a storefront in there of my collection, right? As we expand. But there will also be a space for others, and you pass out your business card, whoever you see through there. I'm going to be running my business over here though.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
It sounds like, just a very exclusive opportunity. Because it's like there's only so many hours in a day, so I can take this many people per day, and maybe even only this many people per week.
Month.
Yeah, per month, like she said. So I feel like that would be
book it for like that time. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
And then like, what if somebody tries to book like every single day?
Then that's theirs. You got to be on it. That's what I'm saying. Through the month, apparently there's going to be a limit of how many times you can use it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Kind of like a discount code. You can only use it a certain amount on a certain amount of products.
Gotcha.
Devin is like, I need further clarification.
No, it just sound like a lot. Because like, what if somebody
think of a flea market, right? Like a flea market store you go inside of, and there's multiple booths.
Yeah,
kind of like that, but more luxury, like suites.
Gotcha.
Like it's imagine how many suites are going to be in there. Okay, not just my one building and then the other one. Right. It's gonna be like that.
I'm with it.
I'm about to say, I think it sounds cool. That sounds like, I'm just, I'm interested to see how the creative world continues to expand, especially after what is going on right now.
Right.
I want to know, like, when is it going to be quote unquote.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's never going back to what it was.
Right.
Let's just let that be known. It's never going back to what it was, but how are we going to continue to move forward? I feel like we're definitely having to reshape the way that we create experiences for people. Like only this amount of people in here at one time.
Right.
You can only book this thing a certain amount of times, you know?
Right.
I feel like it'll be cool. I like
Thanks.
that. Innovative. New.
Thank you.
I don't think I was expecting that. You're right. She
Right.
said, I don't think you're thinking what I'm thinking, but let's keep going. For me, I really want Smudge to be kind of like a one-stop shop.
Right.
That's always been my goal. I'm so into like all these different things, fashion, makeup, hair, nails, all these kind of things. So eventually I want to expand my product range. I want to offer more things. So yeah, that's really just the main goal for me is just like continuing to learn more about products and to research and find vendors for certain things that I didn't know I had access to and just kind of figure out how we're going to grow this thing, like how we're going to keep expanding it. And adding in more fashion cuz I'm like I like crocheting. That's my thing. That's what I started out with, but I know I can't do that forever. I'm like, my hands are not going to allow me to do all these things forever.
Right.
So just kind of learning how I can implement the things that I love within my business. I just recently I took down my Crochet by K website and I put everything on one website because I'm like,
I saw that. I like
I
that.
am Smudge. Okay, that's me. Everything that I do is going to be under this one
Right.
umbrella, I guess, even though there might be separate sections or
Yeah.
whatever. So I felt like why I was just confused. I'm like, why am I paying for 2 websites again? Why am I doing that? It's like, what am I doing? I'm like, you can just come to one
Combine
place.
them, yeah.
And everyone is always saying that anyway when they're contacting me like, oh, can you be my vendor? Like, I just want to get everything in one place. So they're trying to get everything at like a one-stop shop. Like I said, I'm like,
Everything
I feel like
in the cart at the same time.
right.
Yes.
I'm like, I feel like it'll be perfect. So yeah, that was the last question that I had for our topic. So I want to thank you for all of your responses and sharing your experience with us. Sorenna is one of my newest friends that I've added to the group, but I'm so happy that we are friends. I'm so happy that we found each other because I just love how supportive you are as a friend and you know how dedicated you are to your craft. Like this girl is literally an influencer. Okay, she makes me spend money. I'm like, oh God. I can't even click on this video. She about to make me spend money.
That's what she texts me. I don't even want to watch.
I don't even want to watch this because I know I'm going to buy something.
So I'm always finding something new.
Hide my wallet while I watch this video real quick because I'll be on the website before she even finishes talking. I'm like, oh, she liked it? Okay, I'm going to buy it too. Listen. Full-time influencer. She will make you spend your money, but she's promoting things that she actually really loves, as am I.
Yes.
And I have never not loved anything that I bought that you talked about. So I'm like, thank you for putting me on. She puts me on to food, drink, clothes, accessories,
right.
all of the above. So yes, thank you for being here. So the last segment that we're going to jump into right now is called Questions from the Squad.
Okay.
And I have, this platform of people that continues to grow by the day. And I give them the opportunity to ask questions that we can talk about on the podcast.
Okay.
So the first question. Oh, Devin, you going to read the questions?
Yeah.
Period. Sorry, Devin. I forgot. I'm so sorry.
All good. But yeah, we got a few questions. We'll see how many we can get to real quick. But the first one is being an entrepreneur tiresome?
Absolutely.
No brainer.
No brainer.
Yes, it is.
Care to expound on that?
Definitely. I just feel like, when you're an entrepreneur, you are in charge. Everything is up to you. You got to keep your own self in check, basically. It's not like when you're working a regular job and you kind of clock in at this time, you have your manager telling you what you're doing, or you have someone above you that's, giving you a little bit of insight on what we need to do that day. It's not like that. You don't clock out at a certain time unless you have your schedule set up like that. But I feel like even with my schedule now, if I didn't finish what I was supposed to finish today, I'm not clocking out until it's done. And that's just how I operate. So I feel like, I am tired a lot, and that's just is what it is. Like I said, I've been working on balance and trying to make sure I'm taking care of myself at the same time. But yeah, very tiresome when you're having to do every single role of a business. Think about a big business and how many different roles there are within that business. You're just one person. You're doing all those roles every single day.
Right. They have a whole board. A whole board meeting.
Literally.
The board meeting is in my head.
Hello. I'm sitting here typing my notes. My mom's like, we have to start doing this, going over stuff and doing our meetings. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I mean, I'm used to that. I'm usually doing it in my mind.
My head, yes.
So we can definitely talk about it out loud. That's fine. But yeah, yes. To answer your question.
Tiresome, yes.
I'm tired. No, I'm kidding.
Got you. So the next question is, do you have any family members that do not support your business at all?
Yes.
And well, how do you deal
The answer
with
is
that?
yes to every question.
Yeah. yes.
How do you deal with those family members?
I don't deal.
You just ignore them?
Period.
What
What
she
she said.
Literally no conversation. I don't deal. The ones that don't support me, I expected not to support me. It's not the ones that are active
Yeah.
and like always in my face that are not supporting me.
Do you feel some type of way because like they're your family?
Oh,
So
definitely. Honey, that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother episode on support.
What about you, Nicole?
I feel like I don't think I have any family members that don't support me. I have some family members that have not made a purchase, yes, but most people will send a text like, hey, congratulations.
Oh, I'm talking about no acknowledgement.
Oh, yeah, no. See, I don't have
Yeah.
people in my family
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. No.
You told them and they just like,
Or
So-
that they know about it, but they didn't say anything.
Right, yes.
Yeah. See, no.
Or they used to acknowledge it and now just dead tone.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Yikes.
has anybody like discouraged y'all to like not pursue your business or anything?
No.
No.
That's good.
Not yet.
Don't do that. We are not putting
But I'm
that in the air.
prepared.
Nope.
I'm prepared and I'm covered.
No, not for me.
Mm-mm. But that just goes back to, but other than like me before I ever started, like my parents are not entrepreneurs. My dad owns a pediatrician's office.
Oh, yeah.
And my mom's always been a stay-at-home mom. So I don't have any entrepreneurs around me.
Got it.
I just had to explain to them what I was trying to do because that's not, how they were brought up. It's not what they see as norm.
Right.
And so I just had to explain. But now that they know, they're all for it. Honey,
Gotcha.
They won't. You see them all under my pictures now.
I
on
sure
Instagram.
do. Sure do.
So the next question is, how much inventory should you start with your business?
Ooh. Jesus. Right now, I'm just saying, I advise people to really sit down and make a budget and figure out what's going to work for you, because at the end of the day, you have to invest in your business. And I would hope that you could gauge a little bit to know how much support you really have based on like your following, based on your family, like whatever it is. Because you don't want to feel like you wasted money in the beginning. So I always say start small, but obviously if you are this huge influencer and you have this many followers, then obviously you should start
to compensate for them.
Right. So I'm like, you really got to gauge. It's a personal preference, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying you have 1 million subscribers and you dropped 3. But who would know? No one would know but you. If you sold out within minutes. Yeah.
That's very true.
No one would know but you.
It's
but
hard.
Still,
it's
you should care.
Hard.
You should care. That's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I had 1 million subscribers, I would at least have 1 million units. Or 500 or 500,000. It depends on it depends on your engagement. If I have 1 million subscribers, but I only get 2,000 views on average, then I shouldn't buy 1 million units.
Yeah.
You see,
you really got to gauge it. Yeah.
It depends on your engagement.
I know I read somewhere that like 10% of your followers, like only 10% of your followers like actually buy stuff from you. So I feel like
I read that too. I read that 10% usually engage with you, and that's good. Like,
yeah, 10% is like the good number for engagement.
Right.
Now, how many people engage that actually buy maybe 10% of that 10%.
Yeah.
We might have to take that one tier down because I'm like, no. But I mean, that's like going into the the next question. Like, if I have 5 million Instagram followers and then I have 2 million YouTube subscribers, like, and I'm launching a business, how many units do I need to have in stock? That's crazy.
More than 3.
I'm not about to play with her. I'm not about to play with her. More than 3, please. We don't want to sell out in a millisecond. But
because there's just no way.
Like, what are your thoughts on selling out? Like, is that a good thing? Like, if you sell out of like everything, like, are you happy about that, or like, are you mad because like some people didn't get to get it?
I don't like the concept of selling out. I feel like it's a mindset thing, and we talked about this a lot when I was in college because I studied fashion marketing. So it's a marketing tactic, literally. It's like,
absolutely.
Yeah, so it's like, when something sells out, people see that it's a hot commodity. People see the scarcity, and that makes them want it even more.
Absolutely.
But it's kind of like a hit or miss type of situation, because you'll get those customers that are like, dang, okay, it sold out this time. Let me be more prepared for next time. But then you'll have those people that are like, okay, I didn't get it. Now I have an attitude, and now I'm not trying to
get it.
I'm not trying to keep up with you to see when you're going to restock it because I wanted it this time.
And now I'm looking for a different company that has it.
Yeah.
And can get it to me now.
Exactly. So I'm like, it's really a hit or miss. For me personally, I don't like the concept of selling out, because at the end of the day, you are missing out on money. People think that, they're going to get all of those people back. You're not going to get all those people back. So I'm like, I would rather have more in stock so that everyone can get some.
Then you can really see which is selling out faster than the other.
Yeah.
So you can get more.
The whole selling out in 3 minutes. I mean, girl, I was at the door waiting. I was at the door waiting. I had a list. I was like, I need to sit here and plan all this out. I need to know exactly what I want to get, because I know I'm not going to have a lot of time. So yeah, I was so mad when I finally got in and did not get what I was trying to get.
Who sold out in 3 minutes?
We won't discuss that. That's another episode.
Screaming. So I was just referring to Desi Perkins. I've been following her for so long, and she's just doing amazing. And I'm just so tapped into her journey because she's so inspiring. And she just launched her brand, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's coming out with these sunglasses. I had been supporting her before because she worked with another sunglass company, Key Australia, and I buy all of my frames from there. So when I found out that she was collaborating with them, I was like, what the heck? Okay, thank you. So I supported her in that. And obviously that's like a huge, company. Yes. So I was able to get what I wanted to get at that moment. So when I found out she was doing her own thing, I'm like, oh my God, yes. Like, I'm fully just supporting you. That makes me feel so good.
Right.
I was just sitting here like, I know that this girl is going to sell out, because she has been sharing her whole fertility journey and everything. She has so many people tapped into her life right now. Yes. So I was just like, make a list. Okay, night before. You know everything that you're going to get. Set your alarms, set multiple alarms, be ready at the door. And that's every single thing I did. I knew what I wanted. Got on the website. It launched. I'm adding everything to my cart. I'm going to my checkout. Y'all, I'm checking out, and people are snatching stuff out my cart as I'm trying to check out. What?
I need to know what platform she uses.
Shopify.
So how does
I think she uses Shopify.
I gotta look that up, because I don't understand how it's not reserved. You know how like sometimes it has the clock on top and it's like your cart is only reserved for this many minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like that.
No.
It was just gone.
It was gone. Like I have everything on my computer, like my cards and my address and everything is like stored there. So it's not hard for me to make purchases online, which, it's convenient for me. And I'm literally like clicking through. I'm just trying to add all my information. And by the time I'm getting to where I have to pay, first of all, it did the little spin wheel, and it was like, you're in line to check out. So I was like, that's where, snatched out of my cart. I'm pretty sure that was the moment when it was snatched out. Cause I'm like, now I'm going to the payment page and you're telling me that I'm in line to check out. So that sounds like the person in front of me just bought my sunglasses. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. Like, I'm in line. Somebody had the same thing in their cart. They
like
purchased
a sneaker raffle.
And now it's sold out.
I'm telling you, that's what it sounds like to me.
So
I can't believe this.
I was just like, oh my gosh, I was on the edge of my seat. Like, okay, now I started out with 3 things in my cart, and now there's 1 thing in my cart, and I did not come here for just 1 thing. So let me go back, and I'm like, this is gonna be bad because now I'm like, this is gonna be bad because now I'm trying to go back, and I'm not, it was a whole thing.
And then the 1 thing gets taken, and then what?
Moral to the story, I don't like the concept of selling out in 1 minute, but I understand that, she just launched a brand. She has a very big platform, and I guess, you just want to test the waters before you invest. Her glasses are so quality, so I can understand like how it probably was very expensive to produce that.
Right.
So I definitely would not want to, waste money. But girl,
maybe she was just overwhelmed with support.
Yeah.
She hasn't unlocked a new set of people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I was very grateful I got 2 pair of sunglasses, even though, might not have been the ones that I wanted in the beginning. Grateful for anything. They're all cute. So, I was happy with that. But also, like, even with Fenty Beauty, this was kind of all around the same time with Fenty Skin.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I was like, did Rihanna break the internet? Because
she really broke it.
I was like, it's not working.
Everyone just was like, this is what I wear. I said, I'm not even gonna.
It was
I'm
broken.
not gonna hurt my feelings.
It was broken. And I was like, I know Rihanna. Rihanna's not going to sell out. She's just not. I was like, she's not going to sell out. She's stocked up. I was like, I'm going to get it. I just got to wait a little bit. Because everyone was trying to get in here on the pre-sale and all this stuff. And I was like, let me just wait. Because I'm trying to reload the page. I'm trying to do all this stuff. And it's literally just not working. And then finally it came to the window where it was like, oh, you're in line. Wait time is about an hour. I'm like, it's midnight. I'm going to sleep. So I was like, if it's not here for me tomorrow, it just wasn't really meant for me. But she didn't sell out. I was able to get my Fenty Skin in the morning, and I was very happy about that. So I just feel like, right now it's a lot of support. I would be so grateful for the support, but I definitely, as a consumer, I've been in that position. So I don't think I would ever want it to be like I have people waiting in line, and then by the time they get to where they need to go, they didn't get what they wanted.
They didn't get what they wanted, yes.
That would break my heart.
Put the sour taste in their mouth.
Yeah, I'm like, I was feeling some kind of way. I was like, these are not even the ones that I really wanted, but I guess I got something, so let me be grateful.
We were compromising for something I'm waiting for.
I was like, with Rihanna, I was like, I'm not about to fight you to spend my money right now. I'm not going to keep trying to refresh this page because it's not working.
I can get it. Right. See, that's a good feeling, though.
Yeah.
You can get it, though.
Yeah. I was not worried about Rihanna. I was worried about Desi, but I was not worried about Rihanna. I was like, Rihanna's not going to sell out. And this is just a pre-sale. I was like, okay, you can't sell out in a pre-sale. That don't make sense. That does not make sense. So I was like, yeah, no.
So we got time for one more question.
Ooh, okay.
One more.
So how do you stay motivated?
Well, we kind of talked about that. Let's do another one.
Okay. Let's see.
Let's do the last question.
The last one?
Yeah.
All right. How do you create interesting content?
Yeah, I like that question a lot.
Mm-hmm. On YouTube?
Anywhere. Because, right now, we're in a very saturated market. I feel like it's super, super saturated. So how do you kind of set yourself apart from everyone else that's doing the same thing? How do you make people want to buy your product versus the next person? I feel like it starts with the content. Because if you see something on Instagram or if you see something on YouTube, and you want to buy it, then boom, you did that. But if they're like, that's not, I don't really like, no, you know what I'm saying? I feel like some pictures and some videos that I see, I'm just like, what? What is that? What is that?
And that just goes back to quality and utilizing what you already have,
Yeah.
And then analyzing who your audience is and what they like.
That's important.
Yes.
That is one thing that I feel like we don't talk about enough is knowing who we're talking to.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Because if I go on my analytics and see the majority of my followers and supporters are male,
then we can't sell lashes over here.
They want male sunglasses. So then that's where I have to go to. And then it shows you basically like the age range and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, most of my audience on my business page is between the age of 16 and 24.
Okay, that's good.
So I knew that the bougie sunglasses were going to be a hot drop in the lashes too. Because them bougie shades, everyone wants them.
They're really cute.
Always sold out on Fashion Nova.
I love them. They're super cute.
Thank
The
you.
big frames are in.
Mm-hmm. You don't have
Yeah.
to do your makeup. You ready to go anywhere
Hello.
with your mask? Okay.
Wear a mask, please. I love that you said that. Somebody just commented on my video and was like, I love that you're wearing a mask and you're like on your platform wearing a mask. You're basically promoting like to wear a mask. And I'm like, girl, it's required. Yes, I'm promoting it, but it's required. Like, are y'all going outside without a mask
Of
on?
course they are. Of course they are.
Ew.
That's why they think it's such a big
Ew.
deal. I'm over here sweating in a mask. I'm like in the car, like, finally, I could take this off.
I can breathe. But yeah, I feel like creating interesting content starts with your product. Like, make sure, you're working on your product, you're working on nice packaging, nice labels and everything. I would say sleek and clean, but that's not the look for everybody's business.
Mhm.
That's just the look that I go for. So, whatever that look is that you go for, implement that. And
keep it up. Don't switch it in the middle and then your product looks like this, but somebody else's looks like something else.
girl, oh my goodness. That's why, I'm so happy you just said that. I feel like a lot of people during these unprecedented times, they have decided that they wanted to rush and start a business.
Oh, they're rushing, yes.
And I'm like, did you really sit down and think about what you wanted that logo to look like? Did you really sit down and think about what you wanted the name of your business to be? Because this is going to be something that is going to be stuck with you for a long time, in my opinion. I'm not the type of person that wants to be switching the name, switching
No.
the logo. Once it's set in stone, it's set in stone. Like,
how often do you need to rebrand?
not often over here. Not often over here.
I see that a lot.
Not often.
I see it a lot.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, oof.
I see it a lot too.
Yeah, I'm like, another?
Yeah, and I get, the concept of trial and error and figuring out what works for you and what doesn't work for you, but to fully like change the whole theme,
the whole look
of everything.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't either. Like if I just randomly change my colors to red and blue,
I would be like,
ooh. It doesn't even make sense.
No. I would be like, hello. That's so what happened?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really like it because I'm just thinking, I'm like, what would I even do? That's like me, like if I change my color to orange right now,
right?
It's not even Smudge anymore.
It's not even IAmKNicole.
It's not even IAmKNicole anymore. Like, come on now. So yeah, I feel like everything needs to be cohesive. Everything needs to look nice at the beginning. Like, don't rush it. It took us a little bit of time to get the logo how we wanted that to be, but I feel like some people are just rushing into it and then they get halfway through and they're like, wow, actually, I don't like that.
And it shows. This is how you stand out, by being consistent.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine to grow along the way, but there still should be something about you people know to expect.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. So yeah, interesting content. I always say, utilize all your platforms. I'm having a lot of fun with TikTok right now. That makes it fun to kind of make something a little bit different. Mm-hmm. But now Instagram has reels, so I mean,
those are hard. I can't do them.
Yeah. So interesting content is definitely a must if you want to stand out and if you want to, get people to follow your journey. Like you said, the consistency is key. I feel like consistency is just the moral of this story today.
Yeah.
From the consistent queen herself.
Oh, thank you. Kori. Kori's the consistent queen.
She's trying to be. She is trying to be. All right, so those are all of the questions that we have for this week. Make sure you are sending your questions in to helloitsme@gmail.com. I will have that linked down below for you. Maybe your question will appear in next week's episode. I want to thank you for joining me today. I had so much fun talking with you because these are just the things that we talk about in our day-to-day conversations anyway. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Episode 1 went really good. Thank you for all the love and support. I'm just excited to keep filming these episodes. Like, keep the content coming. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Join my K Squad. I always have all my information listed down below, YouTube and everything. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave me a comment. Turn your notifications on, all that good stuff. And also follow me on all of the podcast platforms. And yeah, you guys, that's it for this week. And I will see you in episode 3.
Bye.
Bye.